I feel like we have met. You know, when we start out with this tea, it was just to really honor women. It was to really bring women together, to honor them, to allow them to just sit still so that we could serve them. That was the tea. That was the intent of the tea. And we quickly outgrew the property. The tea is at the property. And I said last year that I don't call it my residence because I'm squatting. It is the property. We refer to it as the property. You may have seen it on the film. You may have seen it on the slideshow, what it currently looks like and what it will look like when we get funding. And you will also know that we have also outgrown that too. So we are looking for funding, property, and a place to continue to grow. And there will be more peace on Patuxent poppies. This is the flagship. And as I say to my councilmen, my councilwomen, my delegates, and anyone that meets me, you all should be honored to have peace on Patuxent in your neighborhood. We serve you first. We serve Laurel first. We reserve a spot for Laurel, and then we go out in the radiuses. But we go as far as the end of Baltimore. We can go to the other side of Baltimore. Our funding, what we do with our funding is our biggest cost is transportation, because once that woman is accepted to come to Poppy, we send a limousine to pick her up. Not Uber Black, but a limo. And he will pick her up from door to door and take her back. And the reason we use the limo is because we honor you and you trusted us, Peace on Patuxent, with your being. I cannot turn that over to an Uber driver. We have to give it to someone who has liability, who understands the importance. We interviewed and went through, was it 6 drivers, 6 companies last year, until we got to the right company that understood that you need to carry her bag, pick her bag up. She has, most women have, not emphysema, most of them have issues and they can't lift their bags. So if you don't understand who you're picking up, then we can't have you serve our women. I need you to pick them up from their door. I need you to be in a suit when you get there. I need you to look like you are a driver. I need her to feel special. So there are requirements. Not that we're just coming to give you a ride to Peace on Patuxent. You are coming to shepherd the woman of our family. You are coming to shepherd our most precious jewel. That's why it's important that we have a limousine. That's why the limo is very important to us, and it is our biggest cost. Our second cost is just housing the women. And that is small, really. I tell everyone. I can go down the list. There is a respite in Annapolis. There is a respite in Columbia. And there is a respite, where's the third one? Annapolis, Columbia, Rockville. There is a respite. I just drew you a geographical map of the respites that are in Maryland, but they are all north of the Beltway. There are none south of the Beltway. There's not one woman who can go to a respite place. First of all, none of them provide overnight care. None of them allow you to come and stay overnight. Second, they're all north of the Beltway. And when you walk into the room, on the best day, on your best day, if you're a woman diagnosed with cancer, and you got a day and you just want to go and sit in a group or just sit, when you walk in that room, I can guarantee you they don't look like you. I can guarantee you they don't speak Spanish. I can guarantee you that when you leave, you won't go back. That is not the case at Peace on Patuxent. I don't have a story to stand up here and tell you other than I carry a gene of cancer. I went to my doctor last week, and was released to see her only once a year after I've been seeing her for the past 4 years every 6 months. But to me, I don't have a story. These women have told you their stories. Mine is minute. What I'm here is championing for all of these women and those that will go on. I'm here to ask you, I'm here with a plea that you support Peace on Patuxent, that you understand the mission, you get to know the mission, become intimate, talk about it. Our churches, shame on them. I'm just going to say it right here. We have all these churches, and we have all these women, and we all belong to churches, and they give to the same organization every year. It's a knee-jerk reaction. Well, Peace on Patuxent is here. You all go to church. Tell them to donate to Peace on Patuxent. That will reserve 4 spots for 4 women in your church. Ask them to donate. Bring Peace on Patuxent to your churches. These women that we just talked about, they all are out in the community. Every one of them are in the community. Every one of them belong to a church. We have been at churches. I'm at a church at least every month. I think I was just at one last month. And they look at me like, and who are you? And what you doing here? We're here to give you something. We're here to give you a gift. Partner with us. Make room for that woman. Because then when a woman shows up in your church, all you're giving her is sympathy. Oh, baby. She don't need sympathy. She needs a place to come and lay her head and allow somebody to take care of her. That's what she needs. Now pause. Oh, that's how it's going. I can talk about Peace on Patuxent until I'm blue in the face, y'all, and I'm of color. But I can talk about it till I'm blue in the face. I'm passionate about it. Peace on Patuxent was established for all cancers, not one cancer. It was established for all women, not one woman. It is established, I'm going to go down the list of women, ethnics. We hope someday to be able to have not only Hispanic women, but Asian women, Indian women, African women, Black women, Ethiopian women. We're talking about women of color, light women, brown women, all women. We are not going to set that Peace on Patuxent up to take funding from the government to say that we serve women, all women, and then turn it over to the other women. We're not going to do that. There are organizations that use our women. They use our statistics. They say they're going to serve our women. They say, let us in your hospital and we will serve your women. And you don't see it. And then they pack up their bags and they take their money back to the north side and they don't give you any services. They don't even know you exist. We're here. We're here. We're sending cards for you. We're all about it. I'm going to tell you a story about this woman when we talk about cancer. And I say I'm here for all cancers. I'm a lung cancer baby. If I had a passion, it's lung cancer. But we're here for all cancers. I met this woman I knew. She was diagnosed with lung cancer. And she went through the system, our systems, our hospitals. And then one day, she decided she didn't want to do it their way. She wanted to do it her way. And she did it her way. But when she showed back up at the hospital, because she didn't do it her way, they called her a non-compliant patient. They also said, oh, we didn't even know you were still living. We thought you was gone. I'm talking about women of color because they're not following us, y'all. They're not checking on us. They don't want to know where that is not what is happening. So when they realized that she was living and she was back on the radar, then they wanted to offer her another path that would bring money again. I tell everybody I'm not anti-doctors and I'm not anti-hospital. What I do know is that every time a surgeon cuts, he gets paid. There's a team of people behind him getting paid. So I say that about this woman, that what happened was she chose to run her journey, which is what Peace on Patuxent is all about. We're not telling you that you should, and that's why we're not connected to doctors or hospitals or your social workers. We want you to be able to make a sound decision. Make a decision on your own that is non-biased. That's what Peace on Patuxent is, and that's why it's here, not connected with the doctors. We don't care if you're non-compliant. We don't even term you non-compliant. We just want you to be healthy enough to be on your own and to receive services. That's what Peace on Patuxent is. We're not giving you any surveys. There's no gimmicks. There's no ads. There's no, you need to join our study. That is not what we're doing. What we're doing is right here in this room, coming together. That woman that I told you all about was my mother. My mother. They lost her. And you can only imagine how I was, as her daughter, to hear that you lost her. You didn't lose her. You stopped caring about her. You thought she would go away. And you turned her as a non-compliant patient. So I stand here in her honor. I developed Peace on Patuxent. God gifted me with it. I didn't develop it because I knocked on so many doors. Lung Force, which is an offspring of the American Lung Association, was established because I knocked on doors. They got tired of me knocking on doors that they said, well, Ms. Hill, we're going to give you Lung Force. We're going to give out Lung Force. And you'll see Lung Force. It's out there. They're talking about lung cancer. But it's a small piece of the American Lung Association, which caused me to say, when I pulled the curtains back of all the women that are diagnosed with cancer, when I showed up and collected all that money for Lung Force, and they didn't give those women a banana when we walked around that circle, where is that money going? It didn't go to the women in my community. I don't see nobody getting money from Lung Force. And when I pulled the curtain back, they shut it down. It was this much money going somewhere, but it wasn't my community. But most of the money went to the American Lung Association. And their biggest charge is asthma. The step walk. Turn it green. So I have been out here championing for this organization, championing for women for years. This is not new. This ain't no fly-by-night organization. This is, I have done the work for y'all. And the women that join me, they have put in their heart, sweat, and tears. Probably doesn't know what this says, but they put it in there. So we didn't just come together out of the night and form Peace on Patuxent. It was not. It wasn't. It still is. I have a new board of directors. I think you met them. If you didn't, I'm going to ask my board of directors to stand up right now because they are the women that keep me grounded. I don't know what Stephanie is. Thank you, ladies. These ladies came onto my board this year. We flipped over, got some new board of directors. First of all, Uncle Sam says that I have to. And because we are a minority organization, or at least I look minority, I have to make sure every I is dotted and every T is crossed. So we follow the regulations. I am the CEO, but my partner is Uncle Sam. These women hold us to the fire. What they've also came up alongside of me and said was that, Senita, you cannot fund this organization anymore. You can't. And what God whispered to me one night was, you need to step aside. Step aside so that they can see me and not you. When the new board came on, I knew it was aligned with God. I knew it was him talking to me again. I am just, I am just who he has chosen. Peace on Patuxent will live longer than me, but you all are here to support it. This is God ordained. It is not Senita Hill talking. These women need peace on Patuxent. You will meet a woman tomorrow and you're going to say, wow, I wish she was at that tea. But then you'll say, why don't you call Peace on Patuxent? Or you'll volunteer. Hopefully you'll give me a call. Or you'll meet one of these women with a badge on that has our little emblem. And you'll say, tell me how I can do it. We would love to have a mature woman volunteer. We would love to have an IT woman volunteer. We would love to have a gardening service donated. We need a generator because when the lights go out, these women can't be in the dark. That's what we need. And we only know we need all these things because we sit down in January and we scrub the budget. We scrub our needs. We look at what we need. We look at it. I was ready. My thoughts said, I thought when he whispered to me that I needed to step aside, I'm going to give y'all a funny. I thought he said, you need to step aside. People need not to see you. They need to see me, that I needed to retire. So I went to work and started packing up all my stuff. I'm retiring. I gotta step aside. I'm going to go and do something with my own money. Need peace on Patuxent. And then the board came one and they was like, we're going to help you step aside and stop spending your money and floating peace on Patuxent. And then I heard again, oh, you want me to get ready to step aside. You ain't telling me to go quit my job. He said, heck no. I do cuss, but I'm not going to do it today. He said, heck no. I told you get ready. So that was good because in my mind, I had announced to everybody. I called my family. I called everybody. Hey, yo, government giving out retirements. I'm out. I'm leaving. Never mind in the back how we going to pay the mortgage for peace on Patuxent. Because I thought I could do it. So I'm here to tell y'all I cannot do it. I would love to step aside from my good job and be the executive director. That is a paid position. I would like to do that. However, we're not there yet. So I continue to employ. I continue to offer the plea of your services, of your help, of your support. We all know that my kids always say, and Peace on Patuxent will go on. That will go on to become Peace on Patuxent, that property. But we all know we have, as we age, we got all these old properties. People are retiring. They're moving on. They don't want to sell. They leave it to their family. I'm not leaving my property to my family. My property goes to Peace on Patuxent. Did I just say that? So, and I said it because I wanted to lay in your ears. You can donate your property. We got property sitting over. Somebody told me they got property down in North Carolina. Donate it to Peace on Patuxent. Who said we can't have a Peace on Patuxent in North Carolina? There's some country women down there too, but they got cancer. Who said we can? You got property over in D.C. You don't want to donate it to Peace on Patuxent? Like, we got to think outside the box, ladies. They ain't going to give it to us. And I did say they ain't. They are not going to give you anything. Anything. What you going to get, you're going to pay for it in your insurance. And trust me, we got people biting at the bit for us to charge you. We will not partner with anybody to sell your information or to compromise your services. You are that important to us, and so is your loved one. Can somebody give me a time check? I don't want to talk too long. Okay, good. I got 5 minutes. Sheena, you just told her 5 minutes, right? Okay, good. Got 5 minutes. So with that, in closing, my speech today was about a plea. My plea was for you to first see us as an organization, see our needs. We get people, a lot of people call and they want to volunteer. And you ask them what they can do and they say administrative. I don't know what that means. I get people to say they want to do garden work, but they don't like the bees. They don't want to be outside. I get people saying that they can cook. They ain't got no license. I get people saying that they can sit beside somebody and be a companion. They don't need that. They got that at home. So I'm telling you what we don't need. What we need is some real people with some real skills, that know some real people, that got some real skills, or got some real funding. Right now, all I do every day, I'm out here talking about, did you buy a ticket? Did you buy a ticket? Did you donate? Do you know about Peace on Patuxent? Last week I was out, just 3 days ago, I had on my whole Peace on Patuxent uniform. It's a uniform, y'all. We serious. It's a uniform. And I went for five grocery stores because we wanted to serve you all cider. 5 grocery stores. I rode around on my off day. Need to pick up some cider. Got to get some cider. Got to make sure they have cider because you are important to us. So I used to be shy. I used to thought I was shy. I didn't like to ask for anything. But Peace on Patuxent has broken that run. I'm going to ask you for what we need, what Peace on Patuxent needs. I'm going to ask. And I ask you to join me in asking. I ask you to join me in donating and supporting. The servers, I'm going to go around the room. The servers donated their time. The decorator, all y'all sitting at the tables, fine china. I'm not charging you. I'm not charging you to say we charge you tickets. I'm charging you to say pay attention. It was all donated. All of this was donated. The screens, the mics, the piano player, all of it was donated. The art. Every piece of art that you see in Poppy, in this organization that we are raising money for, which is why we encourage you to bid on it, was donated. We sent out a call to 400 artists, and they answered the call. And then I had to go back to them this week and ask them, do y'all have any easels? Y'all got any easels? Because we don't have no easels. Man, how you gonna put all these pretty art up and you don't have no easels? We couldn't buy it, so I had to go back and pick up the easels. And I know y'all hot. I know y'all fanning. I know this has been a miserable day in here, and I thank you. But guess what? It was donated. It was donated. I want to raise the ceiling on this place because it's heat in here and y'all hot and y'all fanning, and I do. But it was donated. Next year, whoever come up and say, Senita, I bought this place for you, we gonna move there. That's where your tea gonna be. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna move you somewhere else. So I don't want you to take for granted that I stand here negligent of anything that you've donated to us, of your ticket purchase. We are not negligent. We are giving it back to these women. I want you to know that Stephanie spoke about servitude, and that is exactly what we're doing here. It is all about servitude. The city of Laurel donated this mansion to us. Not 1 year, but 2 years. And I recognize that we've outgrown it. But it was donated nonetheless. So as you go, and when you breathe and you take off your dresses and you say, I was sweating all day, Shana told me, wrap it up, I love it, and we were sweating, please know that it was for a good cause. Please know that we came out for joy. For Pauline. Pauline, please stand, because I got to acknowledge her before we go. For Pauline. I'm going to ask my ambassadors. For Pauline, for Joy. I asked my ambassadors, I know you've met them, but you came out for them and the new ones coming behind them. Pauline was our first ambassador with us. For Horatia, all the women that you've seen, come up to this mic. For Miss Edith Perry, she did not know when she walked into my door. I'm going to say it about Miss Perry because she didn't have to be our MC today. Miss Perry, when she walked to my door, she couldn't find the address first day. When she found it, she was like, what's this? And when she came in, she was like, and what we doing? But she didn't know that I had a mother and a best friend who had passed from lung cancer. She didn't know that I knew the statistics about women surviving from lung cancer. She did not know that. When she walked into my living room, into the living room of the property, she did not know that I was in need of a woman who was still walking this earth that looked like you and me to live to tell a story. She didn't know that. And here she was, when she retired, I called her. I didn't know she was going to retire. Thought we was going to have her in the house all the time, up on the hill. I thought we'd have her. But I'm so glad that she was like, I'm retiring, and yes, I can do it. Again, these women, each and every one of them that have presented themselves today, is why we're here. I thank you for your time. I thank you for spending your money in these hard times. I thank you in advance for giving, because I know you will. I thank you. I thank you for just coming together. Thank you again. I'm Senita Hill. Have a great day. I think auction has closed, and we're getting ready to wrap up some gifts, or some auction items. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the evening.